What's up, Panigale family? It's good to be back. So today I'm just going to be recording kind of like my 1 year anniversary of owning the 1199. I'm going to tell you like the things I like, the things I haven't liked about it, what it's like, what it has been like owning an 1199. And then also, for those of you who have been with the channel for a while, you guys saw that last year I screwed this up right here. I dropped the tank, well, I dropped the bike literally the second day that I owned it. And I'll put a clip right here of exactly what happened.
No way! Oh my god! What? Damn, they just fucked up the tank so bad.
So if you see that, that's what happened. And then this was the damage as well. So you can see it was pretty bad. I ended up basically getting a new tank from some guy who blew up his 1199S, and the previous owner had damaged this side of the fairing on the bike as well. So as you can see, there's no damage. I got that replaced. So yeah, bike is looking basically all good. I also broke the visor the day that I damaged the tank. The visor and the tank are what got smoked. It got caught like on the wheel, so thankfully the bike didn't hit the floor. It was just the tank that hit the rim of the AMG, but it's all good. But yeah, so let's get started. Let's go ahead and get on the bike. It's done warming up, and yeah, let me tell you guys about how it's been like owning an 1199 for 1 year. For those of you guys who have been watching my videos for a while, you guys know that I have never ridden this bike on race mode. I put this bike on race mode only a few times. Like, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, I think that right now is maybe my third, max my fourth time having the Ducati on race mode, and holy shit, it's actually mad. Like, going from sport, which does 195 low, to race to 195 high is a drastic difference. It almost feels like literally a completely different bike. The bike literally lifts up so easily, like, woo! I mean, see that? That's a fucking wheelie in first gear right there, just from him doing the throttle. Let's talk about the number one thing that I hear, like, people that are looking to get a Ducati always mention, or people who own Ducatis, is the heat. How bad is the heat on the 1199, or in general, like on a Ducati? So, not gonna lie, if it's like over 80 degrees, it sucks. It really, 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 really freaking sucks. Your legs start to burn right here on both sides. Like, the bike gets all the way up to 217, like extremely fast. Fan kicks on at 217, but oh my god, does it burn. Like, the stuff that they say online about Ducati heat, it's not a joke. Like, the bike does get extremely freaking hot, but once you start riding, the bike does cool off relatively quickly, which is nice. But you know, like, the burn does suck. Thankfully, I have the Ducati Performance seat, and it does have like some heat shielding on the bottom of it, so my nuts are not cooking, which is nice, because I know a lot of people complain about that, about their nuts getting roasted. Thankfully, mine don't. But yeah, that's number one, is the heat does get excruciating. Number two, another thing that's like really talked about in the Ducati is maintenance. How is maintenance? How expensive is it to own a Ducati? So I have the 2013 model of the 1199, and up until now I have not had to do any major repairs on the bike. The bike has been nothing but good to me, and oh man, do I ride her. I like to ride her fast. I like to push her. But honestly, the main thing that I've had to do, the most expensive thing that I had to do, was not too long ago. I had to replace the radiator fan. I'll put up a picture right here of how it was like. So I bought the fan like, I bought the Ducati like that. I did not know that it was cracked. If you guys saw my previous video where I was riding with my boy A-Par SV4 and his Aprilia, he was the one that kind of basically mentioned it to me, being like, yo bro, like why does your bike sound like that? It shouldn't sound like that. And shout out to 59 Moto for hooking it up with a new fan, a whole new setup, and now we're good. That basically, that day I did brakes, oil change, clutch fluid change, like everything, like all liquid flush on the bike. It was about like, I forgot exactly how much it was, but I'm not gonna lie, I have had no big services on the bike. The maintenance is super cheap. Like, I don't know how much it is to go to a dealer to get an oil change, but when I do my oil, like every 3,000 miles, 2,000 miles, I pay about $100, and Toby swaps out the coolant as well. Just clutch. But yeah, honestly, it's really not bad. Having a bike like this is really not bad. Like, not bad at all. I haven't had anything happen where the bike is like literally like gonna blow up or anything. I do have a check engine light, but that's just because I need to get the servo buddy paired, or not paired, but I need a servo buddy on it. Yeah, but in terms of maintenance, it's cheap. I feel like it's just like any other bike. Yeah, I do have to do the valves soon, but I mean, I feel like you have to do that on like every bike, and it's relatively the same price for a lot of bikes. So another thing that I'll mention is, I don't know if you guys saw my 5 things I hate and 5 things I love about my 1199 video, but in that video I did post, or I did say that the bike is very like what is it called, like very clunky, not clunky, but like very groggy, like in low gears. Like if it's in first gear and you're like riding at like low RPMs, it is very, very choppy. Like, this bike does not at all like to go slow. It'll be very like choppy. It'll push you back and forth. So yeah, that's like, you know, I think that's to be expected in like a leader bike, because I don't think that leader bikes are really meant to be street cruisers, you know, like daily bikes. But to be honest, I find mine quite comfortable. Like, it's not that bad. Another thing that I like is that, as you guys may know, or the people who do watch the channel know, that this is basically my first bike that I personally bought. It's not the first motorcycle I've ridden, so don't get it twisted. It's not the first motorcycle I've ridden, but it is the first motorcycle that I have personally owned. With that being said, you know, it does take time to get used to a 1000, like a leader bike basically. And I will say that after owning this bike for a year, I'm still not used to it. And you know, like, you can see that because like I don't go to the track. Like, I'm not a track rider. Like, I'm definitely not experienced enough to be able to push a leader bike to its full potential at a track. But like, I mean, you can just see that from me telling you that I barely ride this bike in race mode. Like, this is my 4th time putting it on race mode. But to be honest, if it's in sport, it's like it's super comfortable. Like, the bike is nice and smooth. If you're not in low gears, it's nice and smooth. If you're not in like, not low gears, sorry, low RPMs, it's nice and smooth. It's super fun, and to be honest, for me, it's pretty comfortable. Like, it's not the worst. It gets pretty bad if you're riding for longer than an hour. Like, my palm kind of will hurt a little bit, like in this area. I did get roasted on that. For someone said I should do some research because I don't know how to ride. Shit, maybe you're right. Maybe I don't know how to ride, but I still have fun. So, whatever. But yeah, to be honest, I don't use it as my daily driver, but there are days during the week, well, I'll take this bike like to work like 3-4 days, you know, morning, afternoon. It took about a 35-minute drive. I'll be in the traffic, and yeah, the heat does suck, but it is what it is. But it's still, at the end of the day, it's still a super fun bike. I love everything about my Ducati. I wouldn't change a damn thing. Maybe the heat, that's about it. And it's super maneuverable, like you can really move this bike. Like, you know, I'm going 50 right now. I know I'm not leaning, but like, I've ridden some 600s and you can really toss this bike around. Like you can really move this bike around. It feels super nimble, super light, because of that like L-twin engine configuration, you know. So like the bike is like super thin below me. I love it. Another one of like my favorite things about owning this Ducati is like how many people compliment you or come and talk to you about the bike. Like everywhere that I go or everywhere that I park, I always have people telling me, yo, nice bike, nice bike, nice bike. Like literally everywhere. It just has like so much road presence. The single swing arm is like, oh, to die for. It's just such a good looking motorcycle, and like, I don't know, you can just look at it and it just looks like exotic. And I feel like the majority of that has to do with the single swing arm, and I just love it. It's just so good. The red is so beautiful. The big meat tire in the back, amazing. It's just such a nice bike, and you get compliments everywhere you go. So it's like, if you want to feel like a fucking king, buy yourself a Ducati with a single swing arm, and I promise you, everywhere you go, you are gonna get compliments. 9 out of 10 times it's dudes, you know, but shit, still getting compliments though, you know. Now, in terms of bad things to say, I don't really have many bad things to say. Like, you know, like, I really don't have much bad things, like any bad things to say about the 1199. I haven't had any bad experiences with it yet. Everything has gone good for me with the bike. Like, I got fresh tires, that's it, a new radiator fan, and oil changes, and a brand new battery, and then the stupid cosmetic shit that I basically did, except for the fairing, like, and that's it. So like I mentioned before, like owning an 1199 or owning a Ducati in general, I feel like is not as scary as people say, or as expensive. I can't speak for the newer bikes, you know, like the V4s or like the V2s or a 1299. I can only speak about the 1199, but owning my Ducati, it has not been a wallet buster. This thing just makes me smile all the time with the downshifts and the wheelies and the noise. Oh my god. Oh, another little small thing. Getting this bike into neutral is so easy. Like, getting this bike into neutral is so easy. Maybe I've just mastered it, but oh my god, getting it into neutral for me, it's just so easy. I know that's a big problem with a lot of bikes, but I don't know, for me, getting this bike into neutral, piece of cake. Scenery is decent. Looks nice that way. Oh my god. Another thing that I love about this bike is just how it sounds. It sounds so good, and this is stock exhaust. Like, I want to buy a slip-on or a full exhaust, but I just can't get myself to go and spend like, you know, like $1,200–$1,500 just for a slip-on. At least not right now. School loans are expensive, so yeah, rip my bank account. But you know, just the bike being like this stock, it sounds so good. At least in my opinion, like it sounds so good. And surprisingly, the setup that I have does a good job at picking up the audio of the Ducati. Yeah, I love it. I really love how this bike sounds. So like, I know that with like a Termagoni or an Akaprovic, however you pronounce it, I don't know, it would sound crazy. But I will be doing that soon. Just wait, I will be doing that soon. That is unless I buy a new bike. But yes, the Akaprovic sounds so good. But I really just like how the Termagoni looks. But the sound of the bike is just beautiful. Like, ooh, when you open it up, oh my god! One more time. Oh yes! Last time. For the people in the back. Oh my god! Sounds so good. But yeah, I mean, I have honestly nothing to complain about with this bike. You know, like I've said before, it is a sport bike, so if you're gonna drive it for longer than like an hour, it is going to, if you're gonna ride it for longer than an hour, the bike is gonna start to hurt you. Like, your back may hurt, your palms are gonna hurt, your ass is gonna hurt. It's a Ducati, it's a sport bike. Yeah, if you have a backpack, your backpack's ass is gonna hurt, and I speak about that with experience because my shorty, which is my backpack, definitely gets smoked on the bike after like a long ride. But besides that, like, I literally have zero to complain besides the heat. And like, you know, I'm sure that a lot of leader bikes get hot, but I can't speak on other leader bikes because I don't have any other bikes. But the Ducati does get hot. It's manageable once you start riding again, and then like in the cold days in the morning when it's like 60, 55, it's so nice. So it's like, you know, you win some, you lose some. But after having my 1199 for a year and putting about, what did I do? Putting about 5,000 miles in a year, I really do ride this bike. Putting 5,000 miles, I have nothing to complain about. Nothing. Maintenance is cheap, you know, maintenance is cheap. The bike has been super good to me. It's been super good to me. I've taken care of it, so maybe that's why it's good to me. But maintenance is cheap. Smiles per gallon are on top of the world. Sound is amazing. Road presence is amazing. Ride feel is amazing. Speed is amazing. Like, honestly, I give this bike a 10 out of 10, and maybe that's just me being mad, fucking biased, and being a cock rider. But I don't really care. I love Ducati. It's my favorite motorcycle company aesthetically. I don't know how other bikes feel. I haven't ridden any other thousands besides like an older R1, and I think the R1 that I rode was like from 2004. So I mean, we're not going to compare a 2013 1199 to a 04 R1. So I can't say that the 1199 is my favorite riding bike, but I can because it's the only leader bike I've ridden. So, you know, after owning this bike for a year, I have absolutely nothing to complain about. I've evaded the police a few times because it's that leader bike, you know what I'm saying? Like, it helps. Having that high horsepower helps. And I have gotten one speeding ticket. So that's really it. Is like, you know, you get yourself a Ducati and you're going to be smiling the whole time. You look at it, that single swing arm, oof, goes crazy. Everywhere you go, people compliment the bike literally all the time. And like a cool thing too is, you know, for it being like a sport bike like this, I'm happy that I can put a backpack on it. Like my shorty, when she rides, we have such a good time, and it's cool because it's like it's fun. It is a super small seat. She's sitting on a freaking notebook sheet of paper, damn near smaller. She's sitting on a freaking oversized Dorito, but still works. So yeah, that's really gonna conclude my my review. I have really nothing to complain about on the motorcycle. It's honestly super amazing. It's been super good to me. So if you want my opinion, should you get an 1199 maybe with like a little bit higher mileage, like, you know, 9-10,000 miles? Yeah, I say send it. Like, send it, because I got mine with, I believe, like 8-9,000 miles. So I would say send it. I have had nothing bad happen to me on the bike. The bike has been super good. So I do definitely recommend an 1199 as a good beater bike. Woo! But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for today, guys. I am going to be filming some more videos coming soon. I'm going to be hitting up some boys to ride again. And now that I'm getting used to this race mode, we're going to have to ask my boy 8-Bar SV4 for a rematch, because god damn did he spank me. If you guys haven't seen that video, go and check it out. I'll link it down in the description, or I'll just put it on the playlist at, for the play next video at the end, so you guys can go check it out. It is me and my boy doing some spirited riding. He's on his Aprilia RSV4, me on the 1199, and we do a little race. And yeah, you'll just have to go check it out. But yeah, guys, stay tuned for the next videos. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.